Alright, so this is my Wooting 60AG. I use some aquamarine keys, and it has a nice little desk mat that comes to match with it as well. This is replacing my old mechanical keyboard because this is a Hall Effect mechanical keyboard which has a different type of switch technology that basically means that you can set the actuation point, aka the amount of distance until a key is pressed, and in my case I'm setting them all to 0.1 for now until I fine tune them all in the future. So the actuation point is amazing, and then you also have the feature of having instant release, and that's not what it sounds like. That means that whenever you're releasing the key, regardless of the distance that you're at, even if you're just past the actuation point of the key pressing, that means that you're releasing it. These are very instant responses then, and can result in a great typing experience. It's an overall amazing technology, and a huge quality of life improvement for pretty much any task. And it's extremely customizable as well, as you can set the actuation points and everything else to suit your needs. However, for the subject of playing games, it definitely makes you better, because a tool that responds faster and allows you to do more quickly basically shaves down everything in terms of latency and response time and everything else, and just makes everything much better and is hard to compete with. Without this, I was definitely suffering from everyone else coming on board, because these started coming into effect and under the market about 2 years ago, and I've definitely been behind on that because that's about the time that I built my previous keyboard, and in my mind I built it pretty fine-tuned, and I had not heard of Hall Effect keyboards until very recently. I was pretty stuck in my ways, but now I'm kind of coming around to it, and I'm very happy that I learned about it. And I'm also not too sad that I waited that long, because it is a nice quality of life improvement, and I'm happy with the build that I got. I'm using the Optimum case, which is like a special edition case for the YouTuber Optimum, and he did a collaboration with Wooting to make this heavy steel case, which I love because it is like a very sturdy steel case. Normally it comes with keycaps, however the keycaps were back ordered until March. So I made a special request to have the board, a case, and the switches shipped to me before I get the keycaps. The keycaps were supposed to be here in March, and I did not want to wait for everything else to come with it. I wanted to get my keyboard much sooner than that. I do want to note that everything was listed as in stock on the order when I made the change, and it took 2 weeks for them to send it out to me actually, because the PCB that was in stock magically disappeared. And when I asked for clarification on why it wasn't being sent out, they said that essentially their website is in beta, and sometimes the in-stock options are not always accurate, yada yada yada. And they also mentioned that it probably was in stock but now it isn't, which was pretty annoying. So I waited quite a while for this keyboard. It's about a month and 7-ish days. However, I will say as soon as it was sent, it got here very fast. It shipped extremely quickly, and to my surprise there are no actual like physical problems that I can see. It's pretty good quality. There's no chips, no scratches, anything else that I've noticed. It came perfectly flawless, and thankfully the keycaps as well that I ordered are actually like super suited for my taste and what I like, and it doesn't even go that bad with the board. I was expecting a heavy clash for a while until I changed the keycaps out, but overall I actually do like this aesthetic a lot, and I think it matches fairly well. Cool thing about these PBT keycaps is that the case actually matches the texture of the keycaps themselves. It's hard to explain, but it's like a grainy texture almost, like, but still a smooth to touch texture, and it's the exact same on the keycaps as it is in the case, which I just got kind of lucky on. And also I'm just happy that they had the desk mat in stock for the keycaps that I ordered, so it matches very well. And overall I'm very happy with it. This is my favorite color. Unfortunately the camera doesn't pick it up too well. It's showing it as more of a blue when it is more of like an aqua, like a in-between kind of teal blue, especially with the lights that I have in the background, but for some reason my camera seems to pick it up as only being blue. But that's okay. Still, it is an amazing quality keyboard, and not just in terms of aesthetics and everything else. It was very easy to assemble. It is just overall pretty good. I will say that, you know, that paying express shipping for keycaps by themselves for the sake of getting your board earlier and then having them delay it further kind of hurt a little bit at the time, but now I do have it, and it did arrive earlier than the keycaps technically. I'm not too sad about that. It's not me shaming Wooting or anything like that, but I've noticed a lot of people complaining about certain aspects with Wooting, so I just hope that they maintain a good public image and try to take care of their customers and do a good job. I can see, things going bad very quickly with all the competitors out there, and I want good quality companies to succeed and continue to be good quality. I'm tired of supporting a company, speaking very highly of it, and then success turning them into essentially just the worst thing ever. But yeah, I'm very happy with this so far. I customize it to my liking, and I used it a little bit today on stream, and overall I was pretty pleased. It was a good experience. Obviously there's a bit of a learning curve because your muscle memory is gonna make you do things that you wouldn't normally do with this board. For example, I found myself pre-pressing keys a lot when you don't need to do that at all. You should not press any key until you're ready to press it, and you should not release until you're ready to release it. I was used to playing with my actuation point and trying to play around it, so now I'm trying to relearn that whole process, which will take some time. However, it's hard to compare the two. It's like being used to a dull knife and then having a sharp knife. Like, obviously you want the sharp knife as long as you can handle using it for the majority of tasks. However, it takes some time to adjust and kind of figure out how to use it. Tried a new intro with this video. I wanted to do like an ASMR kind of like aesthetic pleasing video, but it's kind of hard with my setup. I just use my phone to record it, which isn't the best quality, and also I had to edit the audio quite a bit to make it not sound horrible, because for some reason my phone also picks up a ton of background noise, like just like a filmy, grainy kind of fan noise from like something that I can't even hear. Probably the phone itself, because it is getting kind of old, as well as the lights being kind of bright and just not showing up in the picture quality too well. And then obviously I don't have two hands available unless I do like a really weird angle, which I did for one of the shots. And I hope it wasn't a bad intro. I hope it was like decent at least. I did try my best with it, and I tried to touch it up and make it look a little better in, you know, the After Effects program. However, I don't know if it ended up being that good. But yeah, I am super happy with this. I am excited to try some other Hall Effect keyboards in the future. I did pre-order another one, and I'll let you know when that's on the way or whenever that comes around, and I'll try to review that one as well. But yeah, I'm a little sad to retire my old keyboard because it was a custom keyboard that I made myself. However, you can't compare Hall Effect technology to previous mechanical keyboard technology. I believe they're called like linear switches or something. You just can't compare the two, so this is just the new thing that I'm jumping on board with and I'm happy with. I'm not giving up on my old keyboard, but part of me does feel sad to just kind of set it to the side and be like, alright, goodbye now. Oh, and one thing I didn't really like about the Optimum bundle that I ordered was that they ship it with a yellow and black cable, and it isn't very aesthetically pleasing for pretty much anything that I have, as well as like if you just had the standard gray keycaps with the gray case. Like, I don't know why they didn't just ship a black cable or a black and gray cable, but in all honesty, to fit the aesthetics, I figured I was going to get like a all gray cable to match. However, I have a black and yellow cable that looks pretty terrible with my setup, and it would look just as terrible with the Optimum keycaps and the Optimum case. It's like a clean gray, and this is just a clashing black and yellow, and in my case it also clashes with the board itself that I've created. So overall, I don't know why they chose to send that with the board. I guess I can aftermarket order another cable from them, but I wouldn't want to order an aftermarket cable because I know that there's certain technology and issues that can arise if you stray outside of their cables, so I'll stick to them. However, I am a little bit disappointed that I'm going to have to buy a new cable because they decided to send a black and yellow one with all their boards. Yeah, looking good, feeling good. This is a great keyboard, definitely. I have some clips of me just like aim training with it, as well as getting like some general clips when I'm playing Counter-Strike from the stream. I did have a lot of people stop by the stream, so I appreciate it. In general, I've had more viewers as long as it's like, it just depends on the day, I guess, in the stream, but I appreciate the support on the videos, the streams, and the shorts as well. Just doing my best to continue to make stuff and, you know, enjoy doing it. I've had like previous videos in the past on this channel and a lot of other channels too that I've tried on, and I typically get bored with it or find that I'm just not enjoying what I'm doing. And I'm hoping that this is kind of like a good niche for me where I can focus on, you know, giving advice and recommendations as far as products go, and maybe eventually a little bit of other things too. And then I can use my live streams and my shorts and other aspects for like gameplay related stuff. And then I can focus more on like not uploading videos every day, but streaming every day, and then maybe putting up shorts as much as I can, but then videos themselves can be a little bit of time between them, so that way I can actually put out good quality videos and put effort into them and not feel like I'm obligated to always rush one video after another. I have a ton of videos that I'm looking forward to making on certain things that I want to review and talk about, and I'm excited to do that. However, I'm glad that I'm able to take my time with it, because I feel like if I was just rushing one video a day, I wouldn't be able to enjoy my day or stream or upload as many shorts as I have been. So I'm just really happy that I'm doing it this way, and I hope that people are still enjoying it. I'm just trying to give genuine advice and good recommendations, as well as honest reviews. In the future, if I'm offered to do any like affiliations or partnerships, I will always look into the terms and agreements and ensure that I'm giving my honest opinion, because the last thing I want to do is be a sellout or a shill. I don't want to shit on products, I don't want to tear them down, I just want to give my honest opinion. And I do not want to take away from that by becoming what a lot of tech channels become, which is basically just advertisements, paid advertisements. And even if it's not like an actual affiliation or anything else, they're still normally getting a product for free, or they're getting a product early and for free, and all these other things that kind of just, it becomes very murky, and I don't want to be involved in that. However, there are companies that I do want to try to work with a little bit in terms of reviewing products and maybe finding ways that I can review products early, but I always want to have that caveat of being able to give my honest opinion and not be a sellout or a shill like a lot of other people are. I really want to just put out good opinions and good perspectives on, you know, competitive stuff and competitive peripherals, so that way everybody kind of gets the same playing field and everybody's kind of on the same page. I spend a lot of my life looking at what other people were using, and normally those are affiliations of like professional players or YouTubers, and a lot of times the actual perspective on what's considered good is distorted by those aspects. So for my case, I do want to try to avoid that to the best of my ability. And that isn't a gripe at certain people, because, you know, you gotta make your money, you gotta do the normal thing, especially if you're a professional player. But I think as far as tech review channels, some of them can do a better job. And it's a little disappointing to see some people become sellouts and shills, and I just don't want to do that. That's the focus of this. I like playing competitive FPS games like Valorant, Counter-Strike, and formerly Rainbow Six before it got ruined. I want to continue to enjoy those, and I want other people to enjoy them too. I want people to stop cheating and start trying to realize that it's fun to get better at something and have competition and grow as a person. And I hate when people are held back by their situation or their peripherals or their equipment. I understand circumstance is a thing. I spent a lot of my life in circumstance where I just couldn't afford the next thing or couldn't afford a PC at all, and all these other aspects. So for me, even to play on PC was a blessing, and to have nice things now is even more of a blessing. But I want to make sure that I give the perspective out there, because I know a lot of people don't realize some of those things or haven't learned them yet or don't care to, and they're busy with other aspects of their life. And I don't like when people end up with, like, you know, stress injuries or problems, or they're not able to perform to the best of their ability and they're getting shit on by other people or feeling bad about themselves or feeling like they're doing something wrong. I really don't like that. So I'll always try to give good, honest reviews and perspectives on things, so that way everybody kind of like is coming to the same page and everybody can kind of perform on the same playing field, and we can see who's actually really good, right? I appreciate you guys stopping by. I haven't used any other Hall Effect keyboards, so I can't speak to quality of other ones, but I can speak to the quality of this for now, and I think that this is pretty good. I like it a lot, definitely. I gotta get used to some of the actuation points. I might change some of them, like the spacebar. I might change the actuation point a little bit because I keep accidentally pressing it. Apparently I had a bind in Counter-Strike I didn't even know I had equipped on Q, where it would equip my previous weapon, but I kept like kind of inching past my Q button while reaching for my number keys to switch weapons, and I kept swapping to things I don't even have binded on my keyboard, and I was like, how is it even happening? Is this keyboard like broken? Is my mouse like, what's going on? But it was just the fact that I had that bind set, and I didn't notice it because I didn't have that instant actuation, so just brushing a key and getting any travel distance actually made that trigger. And then I just unbinded it, and it's been going great. It's an amazing keyboard, and I'm looking forward to using it a lot more. And I love his keycaps, I love everything about this, so I'm pretty excited. There might be some things that I'd change with it. I do have another set of keycaps that I paid way too much money for, just so I can have another aspect that I enjoy and kind of match it and go for the vibe that I've always wanted, which is like a kind of an Oasis Islandy theme. So I got the tealish blue keycaps, I got tealish blue color on the back, and I really, really like. And then the next step for me is going to be maybe replacing the white keys and some other ones as well with some of these other keycaps that I'm getting that have like tropical theme to them and like a brown sandy kind of color that's perfect. and I'm just super excited to share that with you, and I hope you guys like it whenever that happens. But for now, I'm waiting on those keycaps because that's going to be a while, I think. But this is perfect for me. This is more than I ever need, and I'm really happy with it. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it.